Okay, welcome, beautiful people. Thanks for the wait. Can we continue, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me quickly share my screen. Please confirm that you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so let's quickly complete the account info slides. We just finished up the dashboard, so I'm gonna be pretty fast so that I don't keep us waiting. So, account info slides. Let's finish working on it so that we can do the account info service. Okay, so this is the account info slides, and we know that our account info slides normally talks uh, to the account info service. So we're going to quickly import this so that we can create it, so that the errors that we are having should go away. So I'm going to say import account info service, and I'm going to be getting it from dot slash account info service. Okay, so let's have that. So we have our initial state, then just below our initial state, like I said before, we are going to be creating some of these asynchronous actions that will talk to the services. So we're going to be having a create new account info here. So let's have a create new account info. So let's have this. So we're going to be exporting const. So let's do export const. I think that's what we want. So export const create account info, and we are using the create async song for this. So, and we all know that we are supposed to have the name of this, which is account info slash create. Account infos slash create. That's what we want to name this. So quickly, it's going to be account infos slash, and we're just going to call this create. That will be the name. Okay, so the next argument is now going to be the async function, which is going to be taking in the account data. So let's have account info data and the tongue API. Okay, so this is already there. Then inside the tongue API, we're going to be using a try catch so let's use a try catch inside here. Okay, so please let's quickly type this out so that I can be explaining this as we're typing. So in here, we are going to be having all those error stuffs like we had before. So I'm gonna still put that here, but up here we're gonna be able to have the token. So let me quickly add that. Const token equal to thunk API dot get state dot OUT dot user token. Then I'm gonna return await. So let me just return await account info service dot create account info, then passing account info data and the token. Okay, that should do it. Bro, I better put the light, sorry. Put the light. Okay, so let me type out the error checks here. So please type this out, then I'll explain them. Const message. This is exactly what we had for the, what's it called? For the auth. Then here we have error dot response. And error dot respond dot data. And error dot respond dot data dot message error dot response dot data dot message. Okay, then we have to close this out. Now see or error dot message alone. Then finally or error dot to string. Then return thunk API dot reject with value message. Okay, so this is what we're supposed to have. Who spotted where we're having error? Try catch.
That's correct.
Okay. Sorry, is there any other person not seeing my screen? Please, is there any other person not seeing my screen?
I can see your
I
screen.
can see your screen.
Okay,
Let me check on mine.
please. Close this.
Okay, I can see now.
Okay. Okay, so
I
the
can see your screen too, sir.
sorry, somebody just said something and I didn't hear the
It's not
brother.
of my own end.
You said? You said what? Sorry. What did you say? Sorry. The last person. The last person, what did you say? Sorry.
Okay, sorry, I said I couldn't see the screen. It's not network from my own side.
Okay. Okay. So basically, here we are trying to make the asynchronous call to the service. This create a sync thong, and like we did before, we are passing in the data that we're going to be creating together with this thong API. This thong API, we are using it here to reject with value message, but at the same time, this is not the only function that thong API does for us in such case. We can also use thong API to get the state in a slice. So because here now we are trying to access a route that is protected, we need to make sure that this access token is there, because without this access token, we are not supposed to access this very route. This route is protected. This route to create what's it called, to create account info is protected in our backend. So in order for us to get it, we must make sure that there is a token available. So we're going to explain this more when we get to call the URL in create, when we are doing the account info service. So that is what we actually use this for. Then this is the normal error management that we did the other time. Okay, so I think it's better we just create out all the actions that are making async calls so that it will be easier for us. So what I'm going to do is to quickly pick up this. Okay, sorry, are we done with this first?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to just pick up this exactly the way it is. Then I put it here because I want to use this now to get user account info. So we're gonna just change this to get user. We want to use this to get user account info. So the name of this function is going to be get account info. Get account info. So I'm gonna just change this to get account infos. Make sure you put S at the back. The other one is just create account info. This one is get. You're getting all the account infos. So here, the name of the function here, which we are going to create in the auth service, in the account info service, will be get all. So get all. And here we're not going to be passing in anything because we are just getting, we are not passing any data, we are not creating a new resource. So we'll just put an underscore. Okay, so I think that should do it. It's also a protected route, so we're gonna get the state from the token. And okay, here we are not passing in any data because we are not creating anything. Okay, so that does it. So the next action we are supposed to have is a delete action. So I'm going to come down here also. Okay, please let's quickly make these modifications that I just made before I do this. So I just changed here to get account infos. Then I affected here to be get all. Then here on just underscore. Then I took out the account info data here. Those are the only changes. Okay.
Sir, I don't think we should change the account info service.
Please,
Like account instead of account
please,
infos.
please, very, very
So that
important. Change it to get account infos. Thank you very much for that. Get account infos. That is very, very intelligent remark. Should have made a lot of mistakes without that. Okay. So once we've done that, then the one last action that we have will be delete user account info. So this is going to be delete.
But sir, we still going to be passing account info in the get account info.
Sorry, let me check. In the get account info, I thought I removed it.
Okay, no.
Did I
Yes, you
remove it?
removed it.
Yeah, it's only the token.
Yeah,
Just
you
here.
removed it. It's like my data is hanging. I don't know, my network is not, so I'm still seeing the get account info.
Okay, okay, okay. So for this last one, we're gonna call it delete account info. So I'm simply gonna come here and say delete account info, and I'm gonna call this action delete. So basically, once you do one, other ones will just be copy paste modify. So if I want to delete, I have to pass in the ID of the very record that I want to delete. Then I'm gonna make sure that the account info service is talking to the action should be delete account info. So make sure that what you have here is delete account info. Delete account info, and you have to pass in the ID of the very account info you want to delete. Then every other thing stays the same. Please, if you notice any error, call my attention. So I'm gonna save this, and we'll almost be good to go. So yeah, I think we are good. So let's just add the builder, the extra reducers, and that will be all. So please, are you guys able to get this down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is any other person able to get it down? Can we go on? Please, if you are not able to see any part, let me know. Okay, so can we go on, please? Okay, are we done? Are we following? Let's know so that we know what we are doing. Do we continue?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. So let's look. Let's add up the extra reducers. So we have the extra reducer and we have the builder. So let's come in here and then let's do the builder. Then let's do dot add case like we normally did, do. Then we're going to have for this very create account info, we're going to have pending, fulfilled, and rejected. So let's first of all add for the create. So we're going to do this for the various actions, both create account info, get account info, and delete account info. So let's have for create account info dot fulfilled. So in this case, it's going to take in state and action, and for this it's going to take, okay, I think it's better we do for before it gets revoked, it has to be pending first. Okay, so for this pending, we're going to say state dot is loading, and we're going to set it to true. So let's have that, after which we add another case. Okay, so fulfilled is going to take in state that is loading and make it false. I think that is okay. Then it's success to true. Then message I think it has message. So since it's successful, it's simply gonna take state dot account infos dot push. It's gonna push it, and what is it going to push? Going to push on the action dot payload, which is the account information. So we're going to take this off. Okay. So I should be able to close this and then add another case. So this is exactly what we did for the other one. So it's normally 3 cases: pending, fulfilled, and rejected.
So that's state.account infos on 1989.
Okay. State dot. Oh, thank you. State dot account infos. Yeah, that's the right thing. Yeah. So for this one, it's gonna be create account info. I can basically copy this and paste and change it. Okay, let me do that. Okay. Okay, so this one is now rejected. Okay, so for rejected, we're gonna have it's loading to be false, then error true. It's loading to be false. This error will be true. Then we're now gonna have state of message. Okay, so once I do for this, I'll just copy this and paste across 3 of them for the other 3 actions. So this is going to be message is going to be equal to action dot payload. Okay, so this is cool. I'm going to save this. So the 3 of them, I'm going to copy them for both get account and delete account. Okay, so let's just pick this from here up to here. Do Ctrl C, come down here, paste, and quickly change this. Where's the pending starting? Why is it giving me error?
Semicolon on line 85.
Yeah, that is it. Spot on. You are spot on. So create account info. This is where I'm supposed to start. So get account infos. So we're gonna say get account infos. That's the only, I think that's the only thing we change. Then same thing here. Get account infos in here as well. Get account infos. And that does it. Then finally for the leads. I'm gonna paste this again. remove these. This one will be delete account info. So for the pending here, I'm gonna have delete account info. Same for these. Delete account info. Same for these. Delete account info. Okay. So once I'm done with that, try to make some little changes. This delete is not gonna push, so what delete, if it is delete, is simply gonna take the account info and filter to take out where the one that has the ID that is being considered. So I'm supposed to have state.accountinfo equal to, okay, state.accountinfo equal to state .accountinfo.filter So once it gets what is inside there, it's going to take account info and give it to account info.id not equal to action.payload.id. Okay, I think that is okay, but still let me do this. Then account info dot this not equal to payload dot id. So let me make sure that this is on another line.
And that agreement has to be on the own side. Do you understand? Yeah?
Also, for these very get account info, we are not also pushing for the fulfilled. We are simply doing state.accountinfos should be just equal to have in the action.payload. Okay. I think this is perfect. So please, let's get this to this point.
Your screen has happened again.
You said my screen is hanging?
It's Tiffy. Yes.
Okay. Let's give it a little while so that I see whether it balances. Please.
Sir, can you just copy all the add case
Okay.
and the other one and paste on the group?
Okay. So I'm going to start from extra reducer.
Yes, please.
Down to.
Or just highlight all.
Okay. Control R. Control C. And
He doesn't want to do talking. He doesn't want to have anything to do with talking. He doesn't want to have anything to do with talking. Of course now. Of course.
okay,
You can multiply.
so basically here in the builder, the first case is when we have pending, when it's still trying to fetch the information. It should just set its loading to true. Then when it is fulfilled, when it has really fetched the information, it should set the state, its loading should now be false, success should be true. Then it should push in what it has gotten from the state onto the current state, so that when you're rendering, you can render what you're able to create. Now, this other case is when it's rejected, its loading should be false, its error this time around will now be true. The message should carry the payload of the error message like we previously declared. Then for this very one, get account info, when it's pending, its loading should be true. But when it's fulfilled, its loading should now be false. Its success should be true. Then the account info state should just be the payload, what is gotten from the database. Then if it's rejected, its loading should be false, error should be true, and the message should be the message that is in the payload. Then for delete, if it is loading, it should just be, if it's pending, its loading should be true. But if it actually went through and it's fulfilled, its loading should be false, success should be true. Then the state should just be when you filter. Filtering simply means that you should check what is in the state, current state. Then you filter by checking once the ID is not equal to the ID that is passed. That's the only one you should show. That means take out that very row that has the same ID as what is passed. That means delete it. That's what this means. Okay, then finally here, if it's rejected, its loading should be false, its error should be true, then it will carry out the messages. Okay, so that is basically what was done here. Please do just make sure the code is not erroring, and let's get to the account info service. Yeah, I even thought we are done. Okay, but this one is not going to take time. So for this, we are simply going to import. Yes. You want to say something? So let's import Axios from Axios, because we're going to be using Axios to make the fetch call. So this is, I can actually copy this from the auth service because it's similar things. So I'm going to say constant of the API underscore URL. This is what we did for the other one as well. So it's equal to, should have been localhost slash blah blah blah, but that is not what we're doing. So sorry, equal to, we already have the base URL in the proxy, so we can just have slash API slash account in fulls slash. So this is what we have. So the first method we are going to be having will be the method to create new account info. So for this, we simply say const create account info and we'll make it equal to, is it okay? It's okay, but not exactly what we want. So we'll make it equal to an async function and passing the data that we're using to create this account info data, as well as the token, because this is a protected route. Then in order for us to get the token, we need to declare a config file. So we say const config equal to, so for this we are going to have headers, because it's inside the headers that we are supposed to have the authorization. So we're supposed to have authorization. Don't try to memorize this. This is how it is, okay? Bearer token, yeah. Then we're gonna close this out. Why am I having this error? Did I not close something? Okay. So we're supposed to close this again. Okay. Then once I do that, I should now be able to say const response to be equal to await. Then I make the Axios call Axios dot post. Then I pass in the URL, which is simply API underscore URL, comma, account info data, and finally the token that comes in from the config. Okay. So once this is successful, I'm going to simply return response.data. Okay, so this does it, and I can simply copy this and use it for the other two. Please, let's be on mute. So I'm gonna call this second one get user account info. Get user account info.
Sir,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm the only one, but your screen has been in the account info slides all through.
Serious. Please, any other person witnessing the same?
It's showing on my end.
No, I'm not experiencing that.
Okay.
I can see your service.
Okay. So I
I'm showing
think
on my own.
that problem is from your own side.
It just switched.
Okay, Swiss, is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when we are getting, we don't need to pass in any account data again. And we can response the data. So I think this is okay now. I'm going to paste this code as well. I think this is okay for this. Then finally for the delete, I'm going to have delete user account info. delete. Make sure put this. So for these, I'm gonna have delete account info. So for this, I'm going to pass in the account info ID that I want to delete. Together with the token because it's a protected route. Then accuse.delete, not post this time around. So still API URL, but then I'm going to add the ID. So account info ID and config. Okay, so that is that for that. So I'll save and let's export this all. Const count info service equal to, so the various actions, let's get them all out. Create account info, then we're gonna have get account info. This one has S at the back, take note. Then we're gonna have delete account info. Okay, so once we are done with this, we can simply export the whole of the auth service, account info service, by saying export report account info service. Okay, so this is good now. This is good. So I'm gonna,
Hello, sir.
yeah.
My battery is low.
Sorry, who is that?
Battery is low.
Salisu.
So I'll join Abdurrahman. I'll join on phone. Then I'll
Okay,
try and charge my laptop to connect later.
please do that. Okay. So please, we have just the last component to build. I think this one is pretty self-explanatory. The only thing that changed here from what we had before is that for us to access any of these routes, we need to declare this config, because all these are all protected routes. So this is how you get into a protected route from the services file. So you have to first of all do const config headers. Inside the authorization, you put the token, because even on Postman, if you want to check anything that is protected, you have to supply a token. So this is how you lay it out, and we did this for the 3 actions that we want to perform with the functions create account info, get account info, and delete account info. So 3 of them had the same layout, only that when you're creating something, you need to pass in the data, you need to type in something in the form. But when you're getting, you don't need to pass in anything. But this token has to be here because the route is also protected. Then when you're deleting, you need to know what you're deleting. So you need to use the ID, so the account info ID for you to do that. So those are just that. Okay. So please, let's quickly write out the account info item so that we can test out. That's the last thing that we have to do. So let's get to components. Where do I have that? Okay, this is it, account info items .jsx account info item. Okay, so let's develop this. So I'm going to quickly import some things that we will use. Import. We are going to be using use dispatch because we want to fire up the action of delete. We are going to be doing it here. So we have use dispatch, which we are going to be getting from React Redux, and then we're going to be importing that very delete account info. Okay, it's already showing us, and we're getting it from features, account info slice. Yeah, that is the right place to get it. Then this very function here, immediately right under it before the return, we're going to initialize the use dispatch by simply saying const dispatch equal to use dispatch. Okay, so that we can use it. Then inside the return statement, I'm going to delete everything that is there and now bring in a div and this div is going to have class name that is already in our CSS of account info. Okay, so I'm going to try to close out this div immediately so that it doesn't give issues later. Okay, so inside this div we are going to have another div. Then this other div is simply going to be where we will have date. We want to have date, a current date. So in order for you to have a current date, this is how you get a current date. So once you say new date, because we want to be seeing the date it was done, new date. So once you say new date, then in bracket you can say account info dot created at. Want to know the date it was created at. Then we're going to say dot to local string then we're going to be using the format from US. Okay, so that's how we bring that in. Then I'm going to come down here and have h2, and this h2 will just be the account info that we want to echo out, the text of the account info dot text. So any text you type in. Then finally we're going to have a button. I think this is okay. Button class name, say button, and when you click this button we want this function to fire off. So what will be the function? Simply want to dispatch delete account info, passing in the ID. I think yeah, that is what we want. But inside here we don't want delete, we just want the letter, capital letter X. Okay, and we also want to give it a class name. Class name of close because we have it in our CSS. Okay, so that's about it. So I can get this to another line as well as this to another line. So that's right about it. I'm gonna save this and also give you this. Okay, so please let's check this out. I don't know whether I'm having error or is it working. Account info is not defined. Let me run this again. Account info item, account info not defined. Are we not getting in something?
We did not pass in the prop.
Where? Oh, sorry. We need to pass in the prop here. Account info. So let's account info. Let's save again. Okay, so I think it's compiling now. So please, in the one I pasted, so we did not pass in the prop, so I'm gonna copy this again and give you the one that has everything. Okay, sorry. So it's all okay now. So we're gonna quickly should we test this out and see whether it's working? Where do I have this from? Is it here? No. Don't have it, okay. Okay. So we're still having this. Okay. Let's do Jen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So let's check our console and see. Error code in the dashboard. Destructive property webpack. Use selector as it is undefined. Okay, let's start with no destructor property account info of 0. Dump images are validated to photos. Okay, so let's quickly get our dashboard. I think that's where the problem is. Okay, so this is our dashboard. Let's go from top. So we imported
Sir,
use, yeah.
I think it's because we did not make our account infos nullable.
Nullable account info. Um,
When we did account infos dot length,
let me see. Where did we do the line? What?
line in
45.
our line 43. My own is 43. Your own is 42. Line 42.
Line 42. Account info dot length greater than or if account info dot length is greater than just a minute, I'm coming.
The line 43, I guess. The class name is not spelled well.
Okay, yeah, thing. Name. I think that should be the error because even when we did not make that nullable, we're already asking it to. Okay, so let me save this and check it first. Okay, so let's try this again and see. So let me shut down the server and then restart. Okay. think we've not restarted since we started. So let's see, so that if it's still erroring on us, we'll do a total debugging on it. So I'm gonna close out this. Okay, so server started on port 5000. Okay, so let's wait for our, okay, it's connecting to database. Let's wait for our front end to boot up so that we can test it out. I don't really think this one has issues. Count info.length once it's greater than 0. You should do this. Account, class name, account infos, then account info dot map, giving it an account info, and using this account info item with the key of account info dot underscore id, then account info to report account info. Okay, and close this div, then here no account info in this then section. Okay, I think there are no much problems here. I don't think this. Okay, let me start from the beginning. This effect, use navigate. Select it. So please, everybody, you can also check your own and see whether if there is an error, we'll look at it together. It's been a long day. Why this is still booting? Let me get back to this code too. Let's make sure there are no errors, typographical errors. Use this patch, use selector account info form and account info item. Okay, spinner, then get account infos and reset all from.
Sir,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was having errors too in this store. In my stuff, it was just showing blank.
Okay.
So like I came to the dashboard and in line 42 of your own, that's account info.
Okay.
Dot length. I added question mark so before dot length.
Before dot length. Here.
Yeah, I added question mark. Yes, in line 42 years. Account info question mark dot length.
Line 40 what?
And when I like 42 on your code.
Okay.
Yes, like, and when I went back, it was working.
Serious? Like just account info dot length. Is it before or here?
No, before the dot length.
Here.
No, like account info's question mark dot length. Yes.
Is it like this? Okay. So
Yes.
let me first of all check first. Okay, this is blank. Then if I add question mark, where is the code? Okay. Save. It's even gonna be giving error. Are you sure that's what you did?
Not after the dot, before the dot.
Okay. Let me save this again. Okay, let me just rerun this again. Let's see. Control C. Okay. Go. Count improve. It's loading. It's error. Please select the state dot account. Okay. I think there's a mistake here, please. This state dot account infos, please. Did anybody see this mistake? There should be S here. So that could be the source of our errors. So please, if you put the S, then you can go maybe remove the question mark again and see. Okay. So I have to check this line by line. Like, please just check through. If you have any error similar to that, that could just be the problem, because now it's not seeing the state the way it should. Once you remove the S here, it becomes a totally different thing. So I'm going to save. I think that should be where the problem is from. So please, everybody, check your dashboard line 14. The state dot account infos, there has to be S. Favor, did you try that? My system is pretty slow now. I don't know. Just try.
Like, like some, my own is working. The
Okay.
thing is, I did not save the account info with S. I actually wrote account info
Okay.
in my own code.
Okay.
So it's important
Okay. Okay, that means that was how you
but,
saved it in your own.
but when we ran it, yes, sir.
Okay.
But when we ran it, it was showing error. Error
Okay.
was saying that cannot map empty string.
Empty string. Okay.
Empty. So that.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so
why
yeah,
that's why you
that's why
put
it's saying.
that question mark, yeah, so that it will take care of if there is
Yeah.
nothing. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So let's check it now so that if this solves it, then we'll know is that mapping empty array that's just the problem. Your own stop showing.
Yes, immediately added S, it stopped showing.
Okay, it
My
was
dashboard is empty, nothing is there.
it
It's blank.
okay, that means it was showing before.
Sir, mine too. It was showing before.
Okay. So what you
Before, but now it's blank.
so it was only mine that was not showing before.
Mine is showing.
You see, my own is working now, so I think is
I think mine was just that S that you corrected.
okay. Who talked last?
Mine is also working.
Okay, it's working now. Okay, so let me see if this is working. I'll try to go remove the yeah.
This is okay.
All right, okay, Roro. So
Now my own is still blank.
your own is still blank. Don't worry, we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. Just chill. Just chill, so that we know where the problem is from. So I want to know now. I think the S was the issue, but if it doesn't sort out, then we need to. So let me first of all go remove that question mark first. Since I've corrected this major error, then if it's still giving the same issue, then I can come back and put it back. My system is so slow now. Let me see. So I'll go up here. Let me just remove this question mark first. And if I remove this question mark, I might need to still restart this for it to work. Okay, so please let me get a breakdown from everybody and see what's happening so that my system is very, very slow. I don't know. So that we know how to sort individual problems. Like who and whose own is running perfectly now?
Sir, mine is working.
Okay.
Now my own is
Mine is
working.
also.
Mine
Okay.
is working without the S.
Without the S is working. But is it with question mark?
Yes, sir. No, not with question mark.
Not with question mark, okay? So it's not actually question mark issue. I don't think it's actually question mark issue. But then, if your own is working without question mark but without S, that means you actually also exported as not having S. So that's still cool. But I think it will be good if we all have a consistent code so that if I have to explain it again, we'll be able to understand it much better. Okay, so who is having issue now? Let's know what the issue is. Who is still having issue? Anybody having issue?
My own is showing without the S and without the question mark.
Without the X and without the question mark. Nice one. Who is that? Is it?
Can you scroll all of the
Okay, let me scroll up.
Yes, dashboard. Just to the if statement.
Sir, when I click add account,
Yeah.
it's stiff. It's not directing me to any page.
Okay. When you click on add account, did we do add accounts? Sorry, did we do add account? I don't think we did add. Please, who has tested the functionalities and everything is working? Does anybody try to create set up an account, like just add something there?
Yes, I think I tried to add something, but I'm seeing that I'm home for not found in my console. Like I'm seeing my console.
Okay. Any other person? Who tested out? Trying to just add in a text and say add.
Sir, what do we need to add? Is it a number or
No, just anything.
Status code error.
Status code error. Just try to just type in anything inside the box. Just anything. You can just type your name.
so I tried typing something,
Okay.
but I'm not seeing any account information. It's only refreshing.
Okay. So who else?
Same here, it's not reflecting.
Okay. Let me see so that we can go check it out. Okay. So I go back here. I run this again. Control C. Control C. Then run that. Okay. Any other person? Any other feedback? Who else?
Sir,
Sir, please can I see the account info slide?
I think it didn't work on the React Dev tools. It's showing rejected, like create rejected.
Okay. I hope did we test out the endpoints for account info?
No, we didn't. We didn't that day.
Okay.
Didn't.
Okay. Good. So there might be issues there. Somebody said I should open up the slides, Abby.
Sir,
Yeah.
Mine
sir,
doesn't work.
I think it's with the URL. The
You.
URL is supposed to be API accounts, not
Oh,
account infos.
okay.
I just checked the backend.
Okay. Okay, that's what is exposed at the back end.
Yes,
Did you then try adding an account and it worked? Just try.
I'm doing that now.
Okay.
I'm having some issues here.
Okay. So what is it? I think I'm still having bugs.
It's not even showing at all. It's bringing a blank white screen.
Okay. So did you have
I don't know if you could help change your dashboard.
dashboard? Yeah, I think that's where you should check first. Yeah, check
You
dashboard
can
first.
send your dashboard code.
Okay, I should send my dashboard. Okay.
So I can compare with mine.
Okay. Control A, Control C. Okay, so I think what I will do is that I'm going to go check through the backend and also go through this and make sure there are no errors, no typos. Then once I fix the error, then I'll let us know so that we can test out. I think that should be a better way to go. Then every other person also go try the bug.
Yeah, it's still not working.
Oh, it's still not working, but with account.
Yeah, still not working with account.
Okay. Okay, so that might not be the issue. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do, please. I'm very, very tired.
Same here.
You're also tired, bro?
Yes, sir, we are tired.
Oh, okay. So I'll just check it. I think it could be one or two small things. So we'll fix it, then we can now test out. So anytime we do that, we'll test it. So thank you for your time. Sorry for the whole I don't know how to put it. Yeah, but that's how it should be. You guys had a class today, so and this one, so you've tried. Yeah. So thank you. See you when I see you. So I'll fix it up, then I'll let you guys know. If it's something I'll fix and drop something in the chat on WhatsApp, I'll do that. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Can you update me with the codes
Okay.
I've been following on my phone?
Okay.
I'll not be able to charge my laptop.
Okay. So where do I paste? I think we pasted most of the recent codes we did on what's it called, on WhatsApp. Did we?
Okay, I will check.
Please check. Then any other person can also supply the codes that they have, so that you can use and cross check. Okay. So guys, thank you very much. See you when I see you when I see you. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bye, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.